y'all to Boogie Woogie Wednesday. My name is Roni and this is Steve. Steve is the inspiration of all of these. Maybe. She's just really cute and she's my co-host as well as camera woman and extra noise and comedic relief. So she's pretty much everything. Our mission is to create, foster, and sustain an environment of cultural diversity, educational enrichment, and fulfilling experiences benefiting all who live and work within our community. During the time of Safer at Home, we are working to provide you educational content, enriching experiences from our home to yours. We can't have a week of Pete the Cat without talking about the Cool Cat Boogie. So today, we're going to talk about where the boogie came from, what it's about, and how to do the Cool Cat Boogie. The blues originated in the early 1920s in the South and later became popular in the 1930s. So Boogie Woogie, it was a big deal because people didn't have anything besides pianos at their home. Boogie Woogie was created around the time very similar to now. It was a time where people had lost their jobs. America was at war. We were just now hitting like 1920s, the Great Depression. Right around 1926 is when people were at home and they didn't have anything to do. They couldn't go out. There wasn't, a happening scene anywhere. It was kind of like they were sheltering in place almost. And unfortunately, there were so many people without jobs, and they were almost homeless. And I think that today, especially, people can relate to that. And so for the Boogie Woogie, they would have Boogie Woogie parties. And what it was is somebody would have a piano. Pianos, now I have before I forget, a Casio CTK 2080 keyboard. It's great for, just carrying around everywhere. But people back in the day, they had upright pianos. And hold on, Steve, say hi. Steve is having the most fun. I left all of my fun little supplies for another fun, exciting thing that we're gonna do. I left them on the table, and of course Steve is having the best time and is really having a difficult time focusing. So that makes me have a difficult time, go figure. I'm gonna just drop Steve here with her little puff ball and move on. So, people couldn't afford rent. They were jobless, they had a piano, and they wanted to help support each other. All very much like today. We all want to support our friends. We've seen people who have maybe lost their jobs, or they can't go to work right now, or even our favorite restaurants. And so we're trying to make food at home and stay inside, but also support our friends. Boogie Woogie parties. Boogie Woogie parties were rent parties. They would have, one person would have the house, the person who needed rent the most, they would host a Boogie Woogie, and people would pay money and put money in a jar for the person who was playing the piano, and everyone got to enjoy entertainment, be together, but also support their friends. And we are in the time pretty much the exact same. Basically, boogie is very easy to play on the piano. You have a repeating bass line. So for this example that I'm trying to learn, the ostinato pattern, or the consistent notes that are playing in the bass hand, is this. C, G, A, G, C, G, A, G. And that's it. It's the exact same pattern over and over and over again. But it'll be much faster because we want a boogie. That's the hard part about Boogie Woogie, is that you really have to have your ostinato pattern, your bass pattern going. And then your right hand is having an entire conversation of its own. Putting them together, a little tricky. So, you have to practice.
Play a super straightforward. You got 3 notes in the bass. We're going to take a look in detail.
There we go. So for my left hand, I have. That's called the what? The ostinato bass. Really, if you want to think about it, it's kind of the party. It's the boogie. Hey, I'm gonna go to the boogie. You know you're going there. See, it's hard to have a conversation and do this at the same time. What are you gonna do there? Well, that's where you make up the story. So, my story, I'm again using super easy piano boogie woogie. Only three left-hand notes on YouTube as a helpful tool. I really appreciate it. Go watch it and check it out and learn the boogie on your own when you want. So, Boogie Woogie, it stems from a time when people needed each other the most. And in Pete the Cat in the Cool Cat Boogie, he had a time where he was bummed and he didn't know how to do a dance, or he was scared about the dance, and someone taught him, and then he was able to go and dance and have a great time. When Pete the Cat had, he woke up in a grumpy mood and he had his magic sunglasses and he changed his power perspective, he was able to see the good things. That's the same exact thing with music, and that's why music is so important, because it doesn't take a lot to create music. You have your voice. That's an instrument you've had since the day you were born. You know, you can clap, you can sing, you can drum on things, you can play guitars, you can play the keyboard. Keyboard was an instrument that was very popular. The Boogie Woogie was very popular in the South. That's where the blues, the Boogie Woogie Blues, the blues started in the South, and it all stemmed from African Americans who were being suppressed, who would sing spirituals in the fields of their works, or whatever work situations they were in. They would sing together, they would make music together, even though they would have a very hard and challenging times in fields and labor intensive, you know, just struggles that we couldn't even imagine. They sang together, and they kept their communities alive. And honestly, their music still rings to this day. Boogie Woogie is not something that was just created here. It came from the hearts of people who worked in America and lived in America, and Americans. And our music and the culture of America, it actually stems from slavery and from those who brought that rich, strong emotion and community together. We of course have classical music, and we have all these great things that were brought over to the United States. However, there's so much culture and music in America that was established by Americans hundreds of years ago. So just remember, Boogie Woogie, it's fun, it's easy, anyone can do it. Let's boogie! try the Cool Cat Boogie. First, I guess, yeah, I'll try, I'm gonna go this way. So when I say slide right, I'm actually gonna go to my left. And when I say slide left, I'm actually gonna go to my right. So that way my friends at home can do it with me. Now they know all about the Boogie Woogie Blues. We're gonna try to dance together. So first, we're going to slide right, shake your tail, slide left, shake your tail. One, clap, 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 ready? Jump right, rock and roll, jump back, rock and roll, air guitar. I don't know if Steve likes this dance. She probably wants to do it by herself. Let's try it again. So, I'm gonna slide right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Slide right, shake your tail. Slide left, shake your tail. Wait. Clap, 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 jump to the front, rock and roll, jump to the back, rock and roll, air guitar. We have a guitar. I'm gonna grab it. Okay. Final time. 1, 2, ready? Slide right, shake your tail. Slide left, shake your tail. 1, 2, clap, 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 jump to the front, rock and roll, jump to the back, rock and roll, air guitar. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on Friday when we make a cotton pad cupcake.